you question me. But once again, I have a civic duty. A civic duty many of you will never truly understand. A civic duty none of you will even grasp the reality of until I am no longer on this earth, and you will miss my teachings from yonder to wander. Because I, the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, veterinary, cafeteria lady with the big double D, titties that serves you that slop on Mondays, professional dog walker, Burger King underring connoisseur, McDonald's protester, dildo expertise, clit finder, San Francisco 49er cheerleader, New Orleans Pelicans water boy, die-hard Denver Broncos fan, the first transphobic wizard in the Hogwarts universe, according to Twitter, and the greatest chef of all time, along with being the sexiest black YouTuber, will always dedicate his well-being to teaching the young minds on how to not be stupid. Today's topic, theft. And what you should and shouldn't do if you decide to be a thief. Because let's be honest, we've all dipped our hand in the cookie jar when we weren't supposed to. We all had that itch in our body to want to take something that didn't belong to us. And there are some of you that have acted upon it. And I'm certain, even if you did act upon it, you wouldn't admit to it, because even though you did something wrong, which is stealing, you have it in your brain that if I broadcast the fact that I stole, there's the likelihood consequences are going to come knocking on my door. And you know, you would be a smart criminal. I'm not saying stealing is good. Stealing is very wrong. But you should be aware that if you were to broadcast the fact that you were stealing, it could lead to the cops knocking on your door, depending on what you steal and what you don't steal. Well, dumb bitches on the internet don't really understand that, because for some reason, after dining and dashing, they decided to brag about it. The worst place you can brag about committing any type of crime, whether it be something like theft, dine and dashing, or blowing up a building, broadcasted on social media.
Days ago, 3 women from Rochester, New York were here in Chicago to celebrate a birthday and left behind one heck of a surprise. They decided to dine and dash after greasing their fingers on chicken wings, eating Alfredo, and washing it all down with flights of drinks.
Now you see them and now you don't. We've blurred the video because the trio hasn't been charged yet, but you can't miss that distinctive blue wig and the massive tab they left behind.
The server went to the table. They asked for the ticket to be split. She left from this table behind me to a few steps away, clicked the button. As she left, they got up one at a time and walked out.
3 days ago, the 3 women from Rochester, New York visited Soul Vibes in the Near North neighborhood to celebrate a birthday and left behind a surprise, an unpaid tab of over $200.
They actually ran out the door and ran and hid behind a service vehicle that was in traffic.
They decided to dine and dash after devouring chicken wings, Alfredo, and washing it all down with flights of drinks.
It's not violent, but it's a crime, and it affects us, and it affects our bottom dollar, and it affects our team members.
They were spotted on surveillance, leaving one by one within 30 seconds of the server stepping away. They also forgot that they signed up on the wait list before being seated, including their name and phone number. And to add insult to injury, they posted this onto social media, thanking the restaurant for the free food while laughing at waitstaff like Chloe Jackson.
I'm here 3 days a week.
Their greedy crime comes with a much heavier cost.
Some places do make the servers come out and pay for those bills, but Fab and Soul Vibes here, they don't make us pay for it. That's really grateful, because $300, $400 could really break our bank for that day.
Sadly, dine and dash incidents are on the rise. The owners run 2 Soul Vibes locations and 3 I Can't Believe It's Not Meat restaurants. And in the last 6 months, they've seen an uptick in these type of incidents. These are just a few of the incidents they've recorded.
It's an industry of pennies and nickels. So when you get these dine and dash incidences, you know what I mean? You know, the consumer or the people that are doing this dine and dash might think, oh, it's just $100. Yeah, but it's hurting the bottom line.
Now, a police report was made. Chicago police are now investigating. If charged, the suspects could face a Class A misdemeanor for theft of services under the amount of $500. That's punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $2,500 fine.
The layers in which one person chooses to be dumb is astronomical. The layers of which multiple people could choose to be dumb are damn near catastrophic. And these women deserve to be mocked, laughed at. And you know what? I would venture them paying some hefty fine or making them work a full week, 24-hour shifts. That way they could truly understand what it is that they're doing. They're stealing from individuals who are working hard to serve a bunch of lazy motherfuckers who don't want to go home and cook something, because the experience of going out to eat means so much more than actually putting 2 sandwiches in the oven to burn and roast, or whatever you do with sandwiches, you ne'er-do-wells that don't know how to actually make them because you are unrefined on what it means to make a sandwich. But to feel as though you are so confident to broadcast something stupid on social media is the reason why I do this. Is the reason that I will always let you all know that stupid people online exist, and they will always be the litmus test for the rest of us and how we choose to operate, because we all make mistakes in this world. We all have done things that we are not proud of, and we as sensual individuals will try our best to improve. And sometimes we slip up, sometimes we get off the horse, but eventually we get back on it again, and we take the strides to actually improve so that the things of our past and the mistakes of our past are not repeated in our present and don't doom us in our future. But for some fucking reason, we always have to suffer by seeing a bunch of people who are dedicated to their stupid until their dying days. And that is why I shall always be here until I draw my last breath, to mock these individuals, to hope the worst for them, and celebrate when the worst comes. Why? Because they're not sneaky about it whatsoever, and they're always going to broadcast how stupid they are on social media forever and ever and ever. And if you like that on a Monday to Saturday basis with the occasional live stream at random, I think you should subscribe to this channel, because on top of me alluring you with my soothing voice, sometimes I think of myself as pretty funny and a little bit of common sense on the side. And that is what happens when you use your trauma to build your character. Subscribe to the channel, boys and girls. I will see you all in the next one. Stupid people online, continue to be stupid just for me.